What's going on, everyone? This is Gainz Gaming. Today we are going to be talking about protecting your farms. And this is really important and something that a lot of people don't really think about when it comes to protecting your farms and protecting the resources that you farm for your main account. So you can see right here, I do have a bunch of my farms in one spot. I do have a couple other farms in this kingdom that I just haven't teleported over here yet. You can also see I do have a bunch of resources here gathered that I do need to transfer over to my main account. But one thing you want to be very mindful of is that not every kingdom is going to be safe for your farm accounts, especially during events such as the Mightiest Governor. Because as we know, during the Mightiest Governor, we have the kill event in stage 4, and we have the last sprint in stage 6, where kill points are rewarded with overall points for the Mightiest Governor. So if you ever have somebody who is trying to steal a Mightiest Governor rank in your kingdom, they are probably going to be targeting farm accounts because they are a lot easier to zero than attacking actual players' main accounts, because those accounts are going to be a lot stronger than farm accounts that are going to be like 11 million or 30 million power. So one thing you really want to prioritize here is your garrison. And so having a very good garrison captain is going to be very important for your farm account. And so today we are going to be talking about ySS and why you should be investing in him on all of your farm accounts and why he is such a good garrison to invest in. So first of all, I use ySS primary simply because I just don't have another garrison captain yet. You could use Charles Martel, but currently I am just using ySS because I want that active skill to go off faster. Plus, if they see a ySS, they're probably going to get scared off and leave right away. Because if you see Charles Martel, you might think, oh, there might be like a Sun Tzu behind it or like a YSG, and it's just kind of a basic garrison. But if someone starts swarming in your farm account and they see a ySS garrison, they're probably going to be like, oh, this is going to hurt. I better stop swarming this person. So today we are going to be talking about ySS and why you should be investing in him. And I will also be expertising my ySS here on my first farm account. So he is 5545 currently, and I do have the gold heads to expertise him. So we are going to be doing that today after we talk about the different skills and why ySS is my number one option for farm accounts. So first of all, when it comes to ySS, I think the biggest thing about him is the fact that he rewards you for having more than one troop type. So if you look at his expertise, when troops led by this commander consist of 2 or more different unit types, they gain 20% increased attack and 20% increased defense, which is absolutely phenomenal for your city garrison. That is why he is such a good garrison captain for your city. So you can see here in this third skill, troops led by this commander increase 30% defense, and when they have less than 50% units remaining, you get a 20% increased damage bonus, which is absolutely huge. Although you are below 50% units, it is a very good increase in your overall damage. On top of that, you do have a pretty decent damage factor for the garrison. Obviously, it's a little bit lower than in the open field. However, it is an AoE damage, and so it does hit up to 3 different targets. It's like that little boat shaped thing that's coming at you. And so if someone is swarming you, they are going to get hit by multiple marches unless they're swarming you correctly and doing 1 march that's tanking and then 4 marches that are attacking you. However, not everyone that is killing farm accounts is going to be doing it the right way. A lot of times they're trying to do it as fast as possible because they are going to get caught and they're going to get zeroed most likely. But they are trying to do it as fast as possible, so they're probably going to make some mistakes. And that's why AoE commanders such as ySS and YSG are really good options for your farm account because they are going to hit multiple targets. And looking at his second skill here, while he is a garrison or on your own alliance territory, normal attacks have a 10% chance to increase your defense by 20% and your damage bonus by 15%. So you can see this commander has a lot of defense and a lot of all damage for your garrison, and that is why he is such a good option. And then if we look at his last skill here, while he is a garrison of your own city or stronghold, all troops led by this commander gain 20% increased attack and have a 10% chance to activate a shield that when attacked can absorb a large amount of damage, up to 500 damage factor, and grant troops a 30% increase in counterattack damage for 3 seconds, which is very good for swarmers. And so when they are swarming you, they are taking 30% increased counterattack damage, which is absolutely huge when it comes to swarming. And so now I want to talk about the talent build that I use. So this is really used for swarmers. And so the reason why we're using the garrison tree over here in the way that we do, we want to hit know thy enemy. And this is going to be while leading a city garrison. If the garrison is surrounded, so when you're being swarmed, all incoming damage is reduced by 9%, which is huge because if someone is swarming you, they are reducing the damage that they're dealing by 9% all the way around. So that is really good. On top of that, nowhere to return. Every time you are attacked, you get an additional 4 rage. Obviously, if you're being swarmed, your rage bar is filling up fairly quickly, but this helps get you a little bit higher up on that rage bar. Then over here, we have the skill damage reduced by 15%. If you're being swarmed, it's probably going to be all DPS marches, and so that's going to be really big to get. And then one of my favorite ones to get is right up here, and this is Armor to the Teeth. When armies led by this commander contain 3 more different unit types, all damage is reduced by 3%. This is going to pair very well with his expertise, in which you are being rewarded for having more than one troop type in the city. And obviously in your city, you're going to have infantry, you're going to have cavalry, you're going to have archers, and you're going to have siege. So this is really good because you're going to have those multiple troops. Then if we go into the defensive tree, I also like to get the Mastered Armor for the increased defense 1.5 times per star level. So you also want to have him at 6 stars. And then right over here we have Testudo Formation. And this makes it so that normal troops attack have a 10% chance to reduce all damage taken by 15% for the next second. So reducing your damage taken by 15% is really good. And then if you look at Loose Formation, this is just gonna further reduce your skill damage by 9%. So you have Loose Formation over here for 9%, and you have Impregnable, reducing your damage taken by 15%. So overall, you're taking about 24% less skill damage from just these 2 skills alone. So you're a lot tankier as your Garrison as well. And so now we are going to go ahead and expertise YSS here. So we're going to go to skills. We do have the heads to do so. So we're going to use all 79 there. We're going to hit upgrade. And then finally, we are going to hit expertise. And we are going to finish off with YSS here for the Broken Moon. So now when someone attacks me, now I have 2 different troop types, I'm going to get an increased 20% attack and 20% defense for YSS. So that is actually my second expertise commander besides Ethelfled. But now my Garrison looks even better on this. You can see I just got the Braveheart, unlike YSS's expertise skill. So we're going to claim that. And then we go over right here to the Garrison. So you can see I do have expertise YSS and YSG. I will most likely be working on YSG here next to make sure I have the circular AoE. So YSG I haven't really invested as much into. I pretty much just unlocked him. So I have him 2-1-1-2. So there's a long way to go for YSG. But that is my plan for right now. But I also have Charles Martel that is a very viable Garrison as well for being swarmed. But the reason why I like the YSG is because of the extra skill damage. So that's something you can kind of play around with if you want to go for more skill damage, or if you want to go for more defense, then Charles Martel would be a really good option as well. When it comes to events such as like the Shadow Legion, I use YSG instead because you want to kill off the incoming Shadow Legion ASAP. You don't want to make the battle last a lot longer. And so that's why you want to use YSG, is for the extra skill damage. So you'd use YSS and YSG for events such as the Shadow Legion. That's another reason why you really want to focus on your Garrison on your farm accounts, because the Shadow Legion gives you a lot of rewards, and having a good Garrison maxes out the rewards almost every single time. And so on my farm account, I'm very close to maxing out Shadow Legion on the Hell mode. And so now I believe I will be able to, now that I have YSS maxed out, because my last attempt I failed at level 24. And so now hopefully I will be able to hit level 25 on this account, and then eventually on my other farm accounts as well, as I upgrade them with their YSS and bolster up their defense. If you guys enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe. Let me know down below if you guys want me to do more videos on how to optimize your farm accounts. I do have a full detailed video on optimizing farm accounts and how I use these farm accounts, so make sure you check that video out. I will link it at the very end of the video. But other than that, thank you guys for checking out the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.